I didn't even see you there while I was drinking my coffee out of my DeLorean Back to the Future mug. That's my bad. I apologize about that. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to introduce myself if you're new to my channel. My name is Andrew. I'm just some fellow from the Northeast United States. Same as you, just living life, listening to good music and stuff, and making friends. Um, if you're just tuning in, this is what I'd like to call a year in review for the Natural Reactions channel, and I'm pretty excited about it. Before we begin, as usual on the channel, we'll begin with a special shout out, kind of for the whole idea here. And that's, I'm referring to, of course, underscore baby Blake underscore right here on the Instagrams, my friends. She sends me this message. Andrew, with an exclamation point. Hope you're doing good. Just a random thought. I saw some people doing this on YouTube and would love to see you do some type of video where you do, like my top 10 favorite songs I've reacted to in 2020. Where you do kind of a recap of your favorites, but put your own spin on it, of course! Exclamation point. Oh, sorry, I seem to have lost my place. Let's see here. Some that caught you by surprise, I don't know, just a thought, but I'm sure you already have so many videos you're busy working on. Just would love to see who your favorite artists were and who surprised you the most since you first started your channel. Keep up the good work, man. And I answered that back with a little heart and stuff like that, and I thought that was a pretty dang good idea. She did say that some other folks were doing that, but as usual, I went ahead and I did not watch anything like that or see what other folks were doing, and I just went ahead and kind of jotted down some thoughts that I'd like to bring up to you folks today, and I thought that was a good idea. And towards the end of this little video, I will get to some of my favorite things, I suppose. As you can tell, this is going to be pretty serious by the way that I'm dressed. You might notice it's a little different. These. These, you ask? Oh, these don't do a goddamn thing. They're just blue blocking light glasses that I wear while I'm editing usually. I just thought I'd get fancy for you folks. Anyway, let's get serious, shall we? I do have some notes jotted down here on the iPad, if you will, because I know I'm going to forget stuff as well, but I just wanted to bring up a couple things for you folks, and hopefully you can hear okay. I might save this and post it on the YouTubes as well. We'll see what happens. I guess I just wanted to start out by saying, if you're not familiar, I didn't know what to expect when starting this channel. I actually started about like 5 or 6 or 7 YouTube channels at the beginning of last year, and it was actually before the pandemic hit, and I was kind of I'm kind of like a freelancer, and I also like have other jobs that I work sometimes, and I'm kind of done working for the man, if you will, and I'd like to work by myself, and that's kind of one of the reasons why I started the YouTube thing. I was like, well, I have all these skills with the music and the video stuff and everything. I was like, I can do this, even though I didn't necessarily get what the reaction channel craze was all about, I suppose. But here we are. So anyways, I started a couple different channels. I'm not going to tell you what they are right this second. But then I figured I was going to just go with the one that kind of took off. And after a couple weeks, I could clearly see that this was one of the most successful YouTube channels I've ever started, which was pretty exciting for me. Seems to be exciting for some of you, and it really has been changing my life. So I just wanted to give you folks a little update with all that. Yeah. This one's stuck here. Let's see. And oh yeah, and I just wanted, it's just kind of like almost random and crazy. Like I wasn't even necessarily like, oh, I'm gonna be a reactor now. I was just like, hey, I've seen a couple videos of people doing this, and I'm like, I could do this thing. And I don't know, I think we've been going back and forth with some pretty good opinions and such, and I feel like I try to keep an open mind, and I feel like it's been even more open talking to you folks. So that's exciting. Anywho, let's go. What else is on our list? Let's see my agenda here. So that's my little introduction, I suppose. Take that however you wish. things I've learned from the channel, surprising and stuff like that. Let's see here. Well, first of all, like I was saying, I kind of started to understand why people even watch reaction channels, because I really don't. I don't watch them in my free time too often. I watch, I mentioned before, I watch like the Corridor Crew, and that's like, they do reactions to like how they make movies and stuff like that, stunts and CGI stuff. But I kind of didn't really get it. But talking to you folks over the past year kind of has opened my mind to different people's perspectives about why and how they love things, and it's just it's kind of a way for people to see, like, for their first time falling in love with something, when because I'm seeing this for the first time. It might be like your 20th time or something, but to see how I react and maybe get a glimpse of like kind of how you felt or something, or maybe it pisses you off and maybe you need to tell me or something like that. I don't know, it's cool, and I try to be accessible in that way on this channel as well, I hope. Anywho, let's keep moving on. I'm going to try to keep this brief if I can. You guys know how I like to blab, though. That was a cool thing that I did right there. Did you see that cool thing that I did? Anywho, yeah, that experiencing the first time love thing. Oh yeah, I still have some problems with it, some things I learned. It is pretty much basically stealing, though. I don't know what the other reactors say about it, but basically when you're using other people's content for this fair use thing, I think I've discovered that you're supposed to do it like in the way that maybe Stephen Colbert does, where he like makes a joke about something that's like not really real, and then like flashes a picture or flashes a few seconds of a video, kind of you kind of like turn it into something else. And I'm sorry to say that I don't think like any of the reactors do that. I don't think that reaction channels are like that. So that's a little bit upsetting, and as I said before in my other my how I feel about reaction videos back like a year ago, I wonder how the artists kind of take this and kind of how they feel about that kind of deal. Right? So I kind of learned that like it is like I kind of joke around, but it is kind of like taking their stuff. So that's why I do try to pause a lot and talk a lot and add my own content to it. So hopefully it's not as straight up steely, I suppose. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I would love to figure out a way, and I don't know, maybe you folks that watch some other reactors would maybe talk to them as well. But I would love to figure out a way to make this sort of a legitimate job or something like that. You know how radio stations are allowed to play different song and music that's approved by the labels and artists and stuff like that. I wonder if there's a way to sort of make this legit and kind of have a certain level of approved reactors that are allowed to actually take music and comment on it and stuff like that. I wonder if that could be a thing maybe in the near future, because it does seem to be very popular, and I think there is a difference between just listening and then wanting to actually get somebody else's opinion. And that's something with these videos getting blocked all the time. I don't think that, like, I don't know, I don't think it's necessarily all the way fair, or the labels even realize that it's not about like the people wanting to watch the artist's content fully. Like, it's about the experience and how, the reaction too, for the most part with this situation, I think. Anywho, like I said, just take this however you will. I'm going to open this up to some comments here, and I'm going to post this later as well. Anywho, let's keep it going. But that would be cool to make like a legitimate like reactor community where it's maybe even they give like certain lists of music and stuff that you can play monthly, kind of deal, just like the radio stations. I don't know, I feel like it might in the future turn into a legitimate thing, perhaps. Anywho, let's see some other things I've learned. I've been making a bunch of friends, obviously, as you know. I try to answer a bunch of comments, talk to some of you in messages and stuff like that. Been learning a lot about different cultures and stuff like that, all sorts of things, from food to music that you folks listen to like literally where things are even located and stuff, becoming more familiar with maps and everything. Even like languages. It's kind of insane. Like I'm not trying to say that I can speak different languages by any means, but I've been kind of becoming more familiar with different like Spanish and Portuguese and maybe like German, a little bit of French and stuff, because I see these messages and I'm using Translate a lot to communicate with different people. So some of these other languages are actually becoming more familiar too. So it's kind of insane. And when I started this channel, I literally was like thinking in the like locally or like in the United States or something like that. And again, originally when I started this channel, I was like, ooh, maybe if I work hard for like a year, and then, oh, actually, I'll get to that later. I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself right here. Let's leave it at that, and we'll keep going. So yeah, making lots of friends, getting familiar with lots of different cultures and things, learning lots of like fun facts about different things, even like Olympics from like back in the day or something from different parts of the world from people. And I don't know, too many single things to kind of name off here, but it's pretty dope and I really appreciate it. And that is just something that's surprising, and I never thought in a million years, like that's not what I was thinking this was gonna be at all. It's almost like a full journey slash life experience or something, at least for me, and it seems like it might be starting to be maybe for you folks sometimes as well. And I was nervous to kind of fully be myself at first, I suppose, because I don't know, people talk smack, right? And I don't know, I feel like I'm getting more comfortable getting to know some of you folks, and you guys realize that when I make jokes sometimes I'm not being like dead serious, or if I have an opinion at first, like we can talk about it and I'm able to change my mind or something, so that's pretty cool. And I think I'm getting, yeah, a little more comfortable with that, I suppose. I actually didn't even want to show my face at first when I started this channel, which is funny. As you, maybe some of you remember, I had like the angle behind me. I was like, maybe there's a way to do this without even having to be on it. But yeah, now. Then I get all ridiculous with the cameras and such. I was just trying to be different than everything else that I've seen so far on the interwebs, I suppose. And hopefully successful so far. It seems to be working. But yeah. Oh yeah, and another thing, sometimes I get a little nervous, like when I go back and watch some of these videos, like I feel like I am extra positive a lot of times, but I do blame that a little bit on, like I don't want to like come off as fake or something, and nobody really accuses me of that, maybe once in a while or something, like one or two, like literally, but I don't want to ever come off like that because I feel like being able to actually speak to people and hear from people around the world, even if we don't agree or whatever, I don't know, we're from different parts of the world or something, like I can understand now from a different person's perspective why they might like something or what they love about it, or it's not about just like how if I feel something about it, or maybe I'm not personally experiencing it, but now I know people that like literally are personally experiencing things, and like I can appreciate more why they love stuff, and that's pretty dope too. So I think that sometimes I do come off as like maybe extra positive like at first or something, but I'm just like kind of in the moment and thinking about like literally these comments that are always pouring in like every single day, and like I don't know, I just try to for real connect with the folks out there, I suppose. Moving on, shall we, because this is serious business today that we're attending to. Let's see. And yeah, and we're allowed to disagree and stuff like that. And hopefully you folks realize that by now. And we can talk about it. And some of you folks have, in fact, changed my mind about a couple things that maybe I've said, or at least made me think about it a little more. And that's one thing, yeah. So that's pretty cool. And it's totally cool. We're allowed to disagree, and I like that. You know, there's a way to disagree and not be a douche about it, I suppose, right? Or you'll get a douche right back. But, you know, people are pretty cool for the most part. Let's see here. I mean, it's kind of insane. Like, I'm literally listening to, like, pop music and boy bands right now. That is something a couple years ago you wouldn't have caught me saying and stuff like that. I'm just being honest with you. Especially coming from punk rock and that kind of genre. It's like, oh, that's not punk, dude. Or you're around people all the time that are just like, oh, that's shitty pop music or something. So you're just kind of in a constant state of automatically being closed off to things or something. And just, like I said, just talking to people and listening to the different kinds of music, it's been opening my mind so much more. I think that I've always kind of had an open mind, if you ask me, but even more so, I feel like. And yeah, it's pretty crazy. Let's see. And I think one of the main reasons are just you know, it's because I realized even more than ever we're just literally all the same, right? Kind of goes back to some of the teachings of the Buddha and stuff. And by the way, I don't really subscribe to any of that stuff, but I even appreciate all of that, those kind of things as well. But basically I feel like we're all the same, no matter what color you are, sizes, shapes, what culture, what part of the world you're from, and stuff like that. I feel like we're just all trying to live our lives. There is like suffering that we're all trying to find a little bit of an escape from, right? There's suffering to like some level, some certain extent. You know, some are worse than others, some maybe not as much, but there's some level that of suffering I feel like that we're trying to escape from, and that's another reason why I think listening to music together, especially in this time when people can't even really be together in real life, I suppose. I feel like reactions and music and, you know, those lyrics that we freaking carry with us every day and stuff is like just we're all the same. I don't know. Sorry. I feel like it's just one of those things that really show that fact. I don't know, that bind us as human beings or something, right? And I feel like you can't even deny that. Like, we're literally all the same, and that's one way that shows it too. Anywho, I might have said that wrong, and I'm gonna forget things, but you get the general gist. Let's see here. Moving on, shall we? Let's see if I can't read here. They're blue light glasses. I'm pretending like they're helping me read. Yes. Okay, and moving on, and I think we're ready to check out some channel stats, if that's all right with you. If I think of some other things that I've learned, I mean, there are plenty of other things. Like I said, I can't really sit here and name every single one. That's pretty cool, right? But yeah, I appreciate all of this stuff now. To be honest with you, I might start listening to country music. Don't quote me on that, but seriously, I might start listening to country music. I might even give freaking MGK a shot one of these days. Strike that second one, but I might check out some country music and stuff like that. Anywho, so I was starting to say earlier, when I first started this channel, I literally I was like, I'm gonna work really hard this year, and I was like, if I could just get 100 subscribers, so I could, when you get 100 subscribers on the YouTube, you get your own URL. So I was able to be like youtube.com/natural reactions or whatever. And to be honest, I started other channels before, and I have never, like, I don't know, YouTube subscribers are a lot harder to get than like followers and like things on other platforms. I feel like you really gotta like earn a YouTube subscriber. So for real, when I first started this channel, I was like, oh man, that'd be sick to get 100, right? And then that kind of went pretty fast, and then I was like, oh man, well, that would be sick to get 1,000, because on YouTube, when you get 1,000, then you're able to start running ads and stuff like that. I forget what else, a couple other things. I think I'm allowed to go live and stuff like that, like actually on here. Even though we did find out a couple times that going live still gets you copyright infringements, and that's, by the way, why I stopped that for a second, because I almost got in trouble on the YouTubes. Anywho, so then 1,000 came actually kind of quickly, and then I'm like, oh snap. And now I'm happy to say, literally as of yesterday, we're just passing 7,000 freaking subscribers, duders. And that makes me nervous, actually. It's something, I kind of try to put that in the back of my mind and not think about it, because when I'm filming here by myself, I try to just be like, oh, it's just me and this camera. Even before doing this live, I get extra nervous, because I know maybe some folks would be watching right now even. But yeah, where was I at here? What am I even saying? But anyway, so that came pretty quick, and now we're at like over 7,000 subscribers. That's intense. So now something that literally was like kind of like a dream, or that was so far-fetched in my brain, now I'm kind of like, ooh, like there's no doubt in my mind we're absolutely going to surpass 10,000 subscribers in the next couple months, next couple weeks possibly, if I work real hard. And now I'm kind of like, ooh, maybe like 100,000 is not too crazy. Now I'm like, I kind of want that YouTube subscribe button, which is ridiculous. Like, I don't even care about making any money or anything. I literally just kind of want that YouTube button, which is funny. But anyway, it's all thanks to you folks, and hopefully I'm doing something correct as we keep driving these numbers up, because it shows you everything on here, and it's pretty intense. And I'm not saying this to like, I don't know, gloat or something. I really am just appreciating you folks. You guys are dope. And also, I'll be happy to say too, in the next couple of weeks or months, we're definitely going to be passing 1 million views on the channel too, which is intense. We're in the 800,000s right now, which is like absolutely insane. I don't know how cool you guys think I am or thought I was, but it's not. Maybe it's not that crazy. But to me, that's intense, and that is a fact that I literally don't really like to look at that often because, like I said, I don't want to be nervous. I want to try to keep it natural. And I don't want, I don't want to, I just want to keep it natural, I suppose. And when I think about that kind of thing, it kind of gets me all like, right? So try to keep it real and stuff like that. Yeah. Oh yeah. The 70K, 70K watch hours. Like people have watched the YouTube channel for like longer days than there was in the entire year or something like that, which is insane. I just can't even fathom like how this is even possible. Again, I was just like thinking locally and in the United States at first, but apparently people are from all over the world, which is again intense. So special shout outs to people in the United States, the United Kingdom, Brazil, France, Indonesia, Spain, Germany, Canada, Mexico, Australia, Russia, Norway, India, Italy, Philippines, Argentina, Belgium, Sweden, Poland, Chile, Netherlands, Kazakhstan, Portugal, Malaysia. Should I keep going, party people? This is like intense. Where was I? Portugal, Malaysia, Turkey, Finland, South Korea, Ukraine, New Zealand, Saudi Arabia, Romania, Thailand, Colombia, Ireland, Greece, South Africa, Peru, Switzerland, Denmark, Czechia. I've never even heard of that place, to be honest with you. Czechia. That's intense. Where is that even located? Hungary, Singapore, Serbia, Lithuania, Israel, Egypt, Austria, Croatia, Taiwan, Bulgaria. Thank you so freaking much for watching and subscribing, and it even shows me that some of you folks are out there like sharing the content and stuff like that. Certainly interacting with it and talking back and forth to me. That's like intense. And again, hopefully I'll just make this like an annual thing. I'm gonna try not to look at that that often because it freaks me out too to know sometimes to look at those numbers. Again, I thought 100 subscribers would be totally sick and was a lot. So again, I don't know how cool you thought I was. I think this is pretty freaking cool if you ask me. And it's all because of all of you and all the cool music you folks are showing me. Which, by the way, has literally been changing my life, opening my mind and just thinking about the different topics and issues at hand. The music, obviously, as well, which is a super important part of that. Right? And again, things I just never would have checked out on my own, which is pretty intense. Let's see, what else? I think that was it. I don't want to like act like I'm being like Mr. Cool Guy or gloating or something like that. I just think it is pretty amazing. You folks might know I now have a Patreon, which you can help support me on and keep the videos coming. Because contrary to maybe popular belief, I'm not actually super rich and famous quite yet from the YouTube thing. But I do appreciate all you folks, especially all those Patreon supporters out there too, which is, I'm going to have to give special thank yous to Miss Seenie Teenti out there. How about Megan Shoemake? Where you at? Gino out there. What's going on, Gino? Excuse me. Mama Nezra. I'm a little nervous, okay? Sorry. Tarsha Mallinson. How's it going? Windstrike out there. Heather Townsend Wright. Katie Rafferty. And a lot of you folks have been supporting me like since the beginning, so you guys are freaking awesome. Again, people have been opening my, I don't know, just making me more comfortable being myself on, I guess, in a public fashion, I suppose, too. And I feel like, I could be wrong about this, but I feel like maybe I've been helping some of you. I've been seeing some of your stories and stuff like that, too, and I feel like, I don't know, maybe some of you folks were a little bit more shy at first, and perhaps I help a little bit. I don't know, it goes both ways is all I'm trying to say sometimes, and that is like, I don't know, it's dope, it's touching or something if we want to get all like sincere and stuff. It's like crazy, right? I never would have thought all of this could happen. Dana Cheshire out there, another person I missed. That's all it's showing me here. I'm sorry if I missed anybody or any countries that are out there watching, but I appreciate and love all of you. I accept all of you for who you are. you know, I think you should know that by now. If I ever offend you with anything, or just let me know. I'm sure I didn't do it on purpose, or don't do it on purpose, but I try to be open-minded and such with everybody. In general, I don't give a crap what people do, right? We're just, like I said, we're all just like trying to not suffer as much, I suppose, as human beings on the planet Earth, I suppose. Anywho, let's keep it moving. So anyway, this year, hopefully, I'm gonna keep a little bit more variety going on the channel, as I've been thinking about it a lot, seeing kind of what you folks are into, and I even talked to you guys on the Instagram here about maybe what you like, and I kind of came up with a new schedule. And I know I posted something the other day, but it changed a little bit, so I figured I'd go over the sort of itinerary or schedule, if you will, that is going to be happening this year. And it might change up, right, as the weeks go by, or if I get tired sometimes, which I do. Oh, that's another thing I learned, is that you get tired and just burn out. And this is one thing that's kind of crazy, that it doesn't really feel like a job. So, I just love to do it all the time. But sometimes I literally just need to stop listening to music and filming and just sleep, actually, if I can sometimes. If you feel me, hit that subscribe button. Anywho, sorry, I gotta remember to keep it serious today. Anywho, this is getting rather long too. I better speed things up. Anywho, from now on, we're gonna have kind of reoccurring themes throughout the days and stuff like that. And we're gonna keep. Originally, it was gonna be Magic Mondays, but we're gonna switch that up after talking to you folks, and we're gonna call it Variety Mondays. It doesn't really rhyme or sound as cool, but we're gonna look at different things. Like magic, or other things that come with maybe talent shows and stuff. Like, for instance, maybe I already filmed things with dangerous roller skating moves, or things like that. Things you would see on America's Got Talent, or whatever country's got talent out there. Crazy things, weird things, I don't care, things like that maybe you've seen on that would be featured on a variety show. So yeah, people could be all like, hey, I'm, hey, or not. That too, not that kind of stuff with puppets. It doesn't have to be puppets. That was just one idea. But anyway, Mondays, variety days. Tuesdays will be comedy days, where we get some laughter, because you folks know we need some laughter during the week as well, right? Wednesdays, we're going to stick to live/event/plays and stuff, things we're going to finish up Hamilton, hopefully some of you are excited about. And I don't know, some things I was thinking, some huge events, old concerts, like Live Aid and stuff, or Super Bowl concerts and things like that. So that'll be Wednesdays. Thursdays, we're going to keep it classy with some classics, throwbacks, and Where Are They Now videos, which will be a segment, or whatever you call these, every week, right? Whoops, I almost spilled that on myself right there. And then Fridays, we'll round it out there with a little bit of world appreciation. So every week I'll try to get a different artist from a different part of the world and stuff. Whoops, I just kicked that. I had my framing all perfect now too. That's upsetting. Now I just look stupid. Now I just look like a freaking idiot. That was my bad with my big old feet down there. I apologize. Let's continue with our serious business today. Hopefully this will be the only time I have to be this serious this year. Anywho. So we'll finish it off with World Appreciation Days. So basically, most days, Tuesday through Saturday, I suppose, I'm going to try to keep it 2 to 3 reactions every day. And I'm still going to do things like normal requests. I'm still going to look at the comments and stuff like that. I'm going to try to look at 3 new artists on the channel, instead of kind of just repeating things every week. Every week I'm going to at least, mark my words, 3 different artists and stuff like that, 3 new ones. Like I said, regular reactions. And on Saturdays, I'm going to be looking at specifically and exclusively Patreon request reactions, and I'm going to kind of give the folks that support me on there kind of first dibs, I suppose, if you will, because they're the ones, they support me a little bit on there monetarily and just like in the heart support too. So they keep those coming too, and I, extra special appreciation for them. And of course, for all these folks that have been following me for the longest time on the Instagrams, every Monday on here to keep it kind of fun and keep it exciting, I'm going to post like a story in the beginning of the week, probably on Mondays, and be like, yo, let's let me get some last minute reaction requests kind of deal. And perhaps every week we'll keep it say if, like this week let's do something weird, or this week let's do like your favorite classical song, or this week let's do, I don't know, we'll pick like a different or maybe sometimes I'll let you pick the category as well. But every week we'll do that on Monday. I'll announce the winner on Wednesdays, and then again I'll put the video out on Fridays and stuff like that. So that's exciting. And then Mondays and Saturdays as well, I'll finish putting out some stuff that maybe was previously blocked. And again, if you support me on Patreon, you folks get first dibs with all that stuff, and I will continue to try to update the website and things like that. If you feel me, subscribe. Sorry, I feel cool with glasses. I honestly need some because I can't see that well. But, Oh, yes, and then Sundays, I can't forget. That's when I'll try to stick to my lives and the video game kind of portion and stuff. By the way, you can support me on Fortnite as well now. I have a creator code. I've been making some islands. I've been getting better. I've been playing Fortnite. We're still going to go through a Super Mario game on the Nintendo Switch, and I kind of am going to be doing that too. So I feel like if I can keep up with this schedule, every week is going to be more of a variety, more well-rounded out. Some of the weeks I'm going to go through a couple videos at a time, or a couple songs at a time from individual artists, so we can get through some albums a little quicker, hopefully, and talk about them a little quicker. But yeah, hopefully you will enjoy that. And like I said, for the time being, we're going to kind of stick to this new schedule. Unless I get tired or switch it up a little bit. But I will let you know, and there will be a link in my bio on the Instagrams and stuff like that, where I'll keep the schedule updated every week too. I might change my mind about that, because it's kind of cool maybe. I don't know, I'll ask you folks too. It'd be kind of cool to keep that a surprise still, but maybe if I don't know, I was thinking every Sunday night or Monday or something, I'd release the schedule so you folks know what's up this week. What you have to look forward to, perhaps. But I don't know. I think that's it for the schedule, which is kind of a lot there. Like I said, I'll post it again, but it did change a little since I posted something the other day. But anyway, let's keep moving on. There's a couple more things here, if you'll bear with me. Let's see, what do we got here? Pros and cons of a reaction channel. Nice, nice. Let's keep it going, right? Where's the pros and cons? Yeah, pros and cons. Oh yeah, one of the pros and cons right off the bat, I'll say that it stinks waiting, especially when I find that new artist, and I'm sure you folks can relate, that you're like, oh snap, this song was dope, I'm trying to hear that. I did not realize that was going to be a thing that I was going to get into, because actually you folks brought that out in me again, listening to music. As some of you may know, I used to play in a few bands and stuff, and work for some bands and whatever. But I had stopped listening to things even for a while. But now I can't get enough of music. My brain is opened up to music. I'm playing things again and stuff like that. So it does suck to wait, especially when you have new favorite artists. And I'm trying to hear those albums, son. But I know some of you folks, especially when I see that comments are coming in, I just feel so grateful that you folks take the time to watch my stuff in your whatever you're doing out there in life, that it's so cool that I would feel bad to watch it before. So I literally save it for you guys, you know what I mean? But it also sucks. Don't start a reaction channel. Anywho, what else? What else we got? Oh, one kind of con is really strange, and I tried to fix it with that warning in the beginning of the video, but it's really strange that I have to explain to people that perhaps they would be more interested in watching the original content and the original video sometimes. I know some people get upset that I speak too much, or I pause it too much and stuff, and then some other people, then I turn around and then other people literally tell me that they love the channel for the exact same reasons why people say they hate it. So I don't know, I'm just trying to react and stuff like that, and to be honest, if I saved all of my thoughts for the end, I would totally forget. I have horrible short-term memory, so I don't know. So with the copyright issues and with my thought saving issues, that's just pretty much how it goes. And I always leave the link in the description, so yeah, if you don't want to watch or listen to a song uninterrupted, I suggest you watch and listen to the song uninterrupted. And I have a huge warning that describes just that in the beginning of every single one of my videos now. But I still get really nasty comments from people or things. Sometimes they're not nasty, and sometimes I will fight back if you're rude. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not a little pushover, especially since you guys are making me come out of my cage here. Wow, right? I'm being myself a little more too. So, there's a way to go about it, I suppose. For whatever it is I was saying, I honestly have bad short-term memory and I forgot. Okay, let's keep going. Another pros and cons. Keep going, keep going. Oh yeah, it's just really weird too. Like people take time out of their day like to sit there and watch it. It's like literally watch something else. Sometimes people act as if like I'm like out here like forcing people to watch my stuff too. I'm like, you better click on this and watch. But then they like take time to watch the whole thing that they hate and then take time, sometimes multiple times, to tell me about how they hated it and stuff. And I'm just like, you can like it or not like it, but like then just continue living your life. Like it's okay, It's really strange sometimes. And I find that a lot of the people that do go out of their way specifically to crap talk do not have any content to show for themselves. And I've mentioned that before, but at least if you go to smack talk, at least have like a dope channel or like something, right? Or be like a sick reactor, right? Then maybe I would care a little bit more about your silly opinions. But for now, I'm going to keep it to the people that are kind of regulars and that are in the community and that are respectful about how they feel about things, right? Anywho... Yeah, if you're at crap talk, have something to back it up, I suppose, because it's really upsetting. They have, like, no content to show for themselves. And I'm just some dude, like I said, trying to do stuff. I don't know exactly what it is I'm doing. I'm just doing stuff. Let's see here. Oh, another pro, is that I've listened to a lot more females now, and hopefully, I'm just being honest with you. I know that is a little bit sexist or something, but to be honest with you, I never listened to a lot of female artists before, which is weird. I don't think I consciously did that. I think, like I said, maybe I just listened to punk rock bands and stuff, which is predominantly dudes. And, like, I don't know, that's a lot different, and I really appreciate, like, different female vocals and stuff like that now, and just, like, different kinds of music. Like I said, I'm listening to, like, boy bands and female artists and all sorts of things now, and it just really has opened my mind up a little more, like I said. So that's a pro. What else? Oh, a con is that sometimes it stinks to have to put my opinions down like final and concrete on a video, because then I'll listen to, like, maybe I'll miss something sometimes and people will be pissed at me that I missed it in the comments, or then after a couple listens I'll actually start to feel it, or I'll think about other situations, like I said, from comments, and think about other people's personal lives and like how it affects others. And like really, I don't know, kind of change my opinion a little bit. So that's why another reason why I like to try to talk to you folks about it too, or like listen as well, not just talk. Listen. So because my opinions, do change as well. So that's something that kind of stinks, because I don't want you guys to think that I don't know, I listen like one time and then don't. I actually do love to listen, actually. On my own time to this music, with headphones on, kind of while I'm walking around, for doing my own thing too, because you can actually listen. There is a little bit of a difference as well, which is another kind of con. I can't like fully like listen when you're recording a video and you have to be slightly entertaining, right, at the same time, right? It's a little like distracting or something while you're listening. So that's not like, it's just like my first natural, that's why I called it natural reactions too. It's like my natural first instinct things to say kind of deal, right? Which is why I'm like interrupting it too. I don't know. Hopefully that makes sense. I know I'm babbling a bunch here, but don't watch it then, or watch it in your own time. That's what I like about the future. You can pause and come back later. Let's continue. A few more things. Excuse me. Yeah, sometimes my opinions change after a few listens. Yeah, I really just wanted to also thank you folks as well. You guys have like changed my brain, changed my life, have me open to all sorts of different things. And like I said, hopefully I'm trying to include and listen to every one of you as well, because I want you guys to feel that way as well. Like I'm open-minded too, because that's another thing. I don't know. Some people in my personal life don't seem like they enjoy growing. Like I grow and learn every day of my life, right? I feel like yesterday I was a different dude. You know, even if not much even has to happen, but just like in the brain area. So anyway, let's keep it moving. Um, Oh, and I've been trying to also kind of share what you folks have been up to in this community as well, a little bit on the Instagram and stuff like that, or with the comments in every single video. And I hope you guys enjoy that and make you feel like you're a part of it. Because even though I don't know you guys by face, I know you guys by like your usernames and stuff sometimes, or sometimes face. I'm thinking maybe this year I'll get some stuffed animals. I'll get each one of you subscribers a stuffed animal that represents you, and then put like your face or like your name on it, and then I'll just cuddle with a different one every time I watch a video, maybe. What do you think? I'm just kidding. That got really weird for a second, but anyway. And of course, let me know too. There have been a couple people that were a little like nervous or embarrassed or something that I've like said their name, or people let me know beforehand. Just let me know in like a message or a comment too if you don't want me to shout out your name. I'll just like mention things too. If you want to keep yourselves private, that is a concern sometimes. Again, I just want everybody to feel comfortable and cool, and not in like a lame way where I'm just trying to impress everybody and keep everybody happy. Like I genuinely would like this to be a cool channel like that, which again is just to me different than maybe at least a lot of the other reactors that I've seen before starting the channel. So hopefully that's cool. And hopefully you guys will continue to, I'm going to subscribe, maybe share it. You guys don't even know how helpful it is to share my channel and the videos and things with other people on your pages too. I don't even have a Facebook, so if you guys can get it out into the world, believe me, I'm going to be more appreciative and stuff. I think I'm going to start getting some things and hopefully doing some giveaways this year as well, by the way. Especially since I'm finishing some of these albums, I think I'm going to start getting some more vinyl again, get back into that. I do want to figure out how to do some listening parties. Might have to be on here instead of YouTube, but we'll do some listening parties, maybe some giveaways this year too. So stay tuned and share it with people if you'd like. What else? Oh yeah, and another thing I wanted to kind of goes with like the haters and stuff. I guess I was talking about with my music as well. Like I hope that people that talk smack about like music, they have stuff to back it up with as well. And that's another reason why I decided that I wanted to put music out, my music, on this channel as well, which is something that I know that some of them do, but I noticed that not a lot of reactors do, and I feel like there is a difference between just like an objective opinion from a listener to music than it is to like sit down and pick things apart and critique videos and music and stuff in the way that reactors do. So I think in my brain, I feel like putting out my own music and videos in this way kind of a little bit proves that I can, I don't know, on some sort of level do that kind of stuff as well, which since it is stealing crap every day, not crap, but since it's stealing other artists' work and labels' work and stuff like that every day, I thought it would be good to put that stuff out to kind of, yeah, I don't know. Am I making sense to you rascals? Let me know. But I don't know. Let me know how you folks feel about that as well. If you think it's annoying and you want me to just shut up with my own music or do it on a different channel, let me know. I'm open to your opinion as well. But that is the reason why I ultimately decided to specifically almost start putting my own stuff out there to prove that, I don't know, like I said, on some level, obviously I'm not saying I'm like super awesome or something like that, but I have a background in doing these similar things, I suppose, you know? And hopefully that comes off in some of the little tidbits I go into when I'm interrupting all the videos and people are getting pissed about it. Anyways, this has been such a cool life experience, like for real. So I don't know, hopefully maybe we'll make this a yearly thing if I continue to do this, and this will be like an annual thing, and this is my first check-in, right? My serious check-in. Let's see here. Let me just make sure I said everything about that. I know I'm going to forget stuff. We can talk about it in the comments or something. But yeah, same thing. Like if you're going to be like, oh, your channel or your videos or your music sucks, like when I go onto your channel, like don't have some BS or nothing at all, because I'm going to laugh and continue living my life and not care about that opinion. again, if you're just like, if you have objective listeners or a viewer's opinion, like how I'm like ruining your experience with the channel or something, you know what I mean? Like, that's a different story, and you can be like nice about it. So all I'm saying is I can be a dick too. I can give it right back, but I'd like to keep this a place of positivity, which it's been for the most part, which was honestly surprising. Another thing that I learned, I was a little nervous to be myself too. I thought the world was a lot meaner, to be honest with you, and not even other countries, to be honest, than the United States. But people have proven to me that it really isn't as bad as like sometimes, I don't know, think people or like the media can hype things up sometimes a little bit, but like it's not as crazy. Like I said, we're all kind of just some dudes and some girls, or however you identify. We're all just like humans, right? Living our lives, doing the same shit, like for real. Like it's really crazy. Well, it's beautiful actually, not crazy. It's like lovely. Let's see. I keep going off on tangents. That's why I had to write these notes down. I'm telling you, I try to keep myself on track here. It's hard. So anyway, oh yeah, that's another thing too. Like after I stopped playing in my band, I still do live sound and things like that. But you folks have made. I walked past my guitar, my acoustic guitar, probably for like a year and a half, almost 2 years before I started this channel. And now I'm like playing every day, messing with this stuff, making computer music, kind of updating my sound and practicing singing and freaking doing all this stuff. And hopefully, I think I'm going to keep doing it. I don't know if you guys want to listen. Especially if you guys want to listen, I'll keep making some stuff too. But that is another thing that's kind of just like, I don't know. In my brain, I was completely done. I was sitting in silence and I was like, fuck that. I'm not doing that stuff anymore. And, like I actually have cried before in my private time, like how much you guys have like changed my life and opened my mind back up to stuff. It's really crazy, but I'm gonna keep it cool because big boys don't do that, right? I'm just kidding. You guys know I'm not a tough guy. I don't have to be like that, but yeah. Like I play. I don't know. I guess that maybe doesn't mean much to you. I like play my guitar and listen to music now. That's crazy. I was maybe a little bit like, I don't know, jaded or upset, or I don't know. I was just like done with that shit or something. And now I can't even help it. So now you guys are going to listen to it whether you like it or not, because like these songs get stuck in my head, and now I just like, I'm like feeling the vibe. My creativity is flowing again too. Which if you noticed, I like to kind of switch it up too, and not, I don't know, I get bored with things too, so that's kind of why I'm like that. I'm like, never was just a good listener, I suppose, right? I'm like, I always wanted to like make the movies and make the music and stuff, and like, I don't know, even play sports instead of watching it and stuff like that. I was never good at just listening. So that's kind of why I'm here, and I have you folks to thank, and I love each and every one of you. Like I said, I'm going to have an individual stuffed animal with your name on it real soon. Anywho, good job starting to make myself cry. I think that's about it. Before this gets too long, because you guys are probably like, dude, shut up and just tell us what the freak you liked or something like that. So yeah, that's about it. I know I forgot stuff, but maybe we'll talk about it in the comments and such, or in the messages and such. You know how it is. Oh yeah, remember we did my freaking the music challenge this year? That was super cool. That was kind of what originally got me back into it. I'm just like, jeez. And it's funny too, when I used to play in the bands, I never even bothered to figure out how to actually play music or what music was all about. I've even like looked into that stuff too and learned actually how to play, which I don't know, it worked out for me, but maybe I don't recommend that. Maybe I recommend like learn music and then like simultaneously try to play. Maybe not play for a bunch of years and then learn how to do it. But I don't know. It's starting to work out too. But anywho, I'm not really going to play any music, by the way. Hopefully I didn't trick you guys into thinking I was going to like play music right now. But I was just going to kind of go over some things that I thought were pretty cool on the channel this year and some of my favorite artists. And I realize it's actually really hard to pick a top 10. There are going to be maybe a few honorable mentions or runners-up or something. And also, I'm not going to say them in any particular order. So don't be upset with me or anything like that. But again, I love all like pretty much all like everything. Like I said, and the reason is because I've learned from individuals or different people all over why and how and where they love this stuff or something like that. I don't know. So anywho, without further ado, some of my favorites. Let's do, I guess I'll just do like top 10 favorites on the channel, and these are people that I haven't like listened to before I started this channel. I probably wouldn't have if it wasn't for you folks. So that's exciting. Like I said, in no particular order. I guess I'll just say number one, Fiona Apple. Did you ever hear of her before? I think she's pretty cool. I think she's one of the most unique artists that I've seen on the channel. Her voice is dope, and just the way that she flows with the songs is like some kind of poetry that I've never heard before. And just like the lyrics make you think, and it's just poetry all around. I really like Fiona Apple. Which I don't know, might be surprising to you folks because I actually only have, I think, only like 2 or 3 reactions from her so far. So stop sleeping on Fiona, guys. She's cool. Just kidding. Well, not really. But anyway, another one, which is clearly my favorite, if you haven't guessed it by now, is Miss Melanie Martinez. And especially coming from a dude that has a background with video stuff, I totally appreciate her whole, her worlds that she creates with all that. If you haven't seen her music videos yet, check them out. They're pretty freaking dope. She literally, like, with her music, her 4D immersive music with the sound effects and everything to her music videos, she, like, really, like, paints this vivid imagery in your head in this whole, like, world, I suppose. It's pretty cool. I like her. Another one I really like a bunch is Mr. Youngblood, of course. Mr. Dominic Harrison. Snaps for Dominic. He's another one that I just think is just super cool. First of all, he's like hip, right? He's like kind of has like an old school vibe at times, but also has got like the new school, kind of has like the updated but like punky sound kind of too at times, which I come from kind of deal, liking, and I love. And I think that he's just, his mindset and how he's just so open with all different kinds of individuals, no matter who you are, and kind of makes you feel like you're loved and a part of things and stuff too. Really touches me right here, and I love that dude, and he's hilarious, by the way. If you've ever seen him any interviews, or I don't know, his music's dope. That dude's cool too. So these are just some of them that I've never would have checked out before. I've never even heard of Melanie Martinez or Youngblood, by the way, before I started this channel. Just saying, I never even heard their name before. I have heard of the next one, which is Miss Billie Eilish, of course, if you haven't guessed it already, since she's probably one of the artists that I have most of the reactions to on here. I was really surprised by how dope she was, and for some reason, she's one of those artists that like get a lot of crap from some people. I don't know why. I don't know if it's like some kind of jealousy or just like, I don't know. I feel like she's one of those artists that draw a bunch of haters, and kind of even rubbed off on me like before I got into it. I honestly, like when I was first starting this channel, she was one of the artists that I was thinking about, like, I'm gonna specifically go out of my way to be like, what's this Billie Eilish girl all about? And to my surprise, she just freaking she like surprised me, blows me away with her freaking voice. I can't wait for like every new thing that she does, and I'm pretty excited about it. But it's pretty cool, especially as she gets older. I think she gets cooler and cooler as the years go by, to be honest with you. And just dope voice. But yeah, she's cool. And next one also is another hater drawer or something like that, and that's Miss Lana Del Rey, another one of my favorites that I've been listening to. And by the way, it hasn't even been a full year. It kind of, what is it's January 22nd, 2021 right now. I think I started technically in February, so it's a little less than a year, by the way, too. So we're still killing it. A little quicker than a year. But anyway, yeah, Lana Del Rey. I enjoy her a lot. Even though she's one of the ones who got me more into the slower music. When I first started this channel, and with my, I don't know, I definitely have some kind of like ADHD or something like that that makes me unable to like pay attention for long periods of time, which is why I get distracted, right? But she kind of is one of the artists that slowly started to get me into slow music, coming from the punk rock that's like, right? Going around all crazy. She kind of got me into like the slow swaying with her beautiful voice. I love the aesthetic and her whole vibe of like her videos. Because I love like 50s music and stuff like that. So her whole, if you haven't seen her videos and stuff, it's always like got the old school like footage look. Goes into like some cool like things from history and stuff like that. So she's pretty dope too. Anywho, one of my favorites on the channel. Again, in no particular order, so don't go fighting about it in the comments and stuff. Let's see what else. Another one is, of course, has to be freaking 21 Pilots, or Top, or pretty much 21 Pilots. It's pretty funny, and I was telling some of you the other day that I really like. They just have some lyrics that really truly make you think, and it's really weird. It's stuff that lingers with you and sticks for you for days and gets stuck in the back of your brain. It's super catchy, but also at the same time, I often find myself being like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Like, literally, what the fuck is this guy saying? Sometimes I'm like, I don't even know, but I know that it's like almost making me cry, or I feel it for some reason, or sometimes you folks explain it to me, and like, it's just dope. But those dudes have a super cool vibe as well. I love the bond and the friendship between freaking Tyler and Josh and stuff like that. And yes, I'm learning all these cats' names and stuff too, which again, a couple of years ago, I would have just been like, for no reason, like playing in a punk rock band, like, fuck 21 Pilots, or fuck these people, like, just because, I don't know, being around people that are also closed-minded about that kind of thing. So, I don't know. This year, the whole vibe is going to be, I'm encouraging you folks to open yourselves up to something new as well, which is kind of the whole vibe from the beginning, but now especially learning more than I knew before. I'm like, yo, open yourselves up to something new. It's going to change your freaking life. Seriously. But anyway, yeah, I love their bond, 21 Pilots, and they're just like, they're entertaining. Their music is so dope, too. I don't even know how to explain it because it's like a different vibe every time, too. Just check out 21 Pilots. Another one, of course, is I'm going to have to mention PTX, although I almost didn't put them on the list because they do a lot of covers and stuff. I would like to see more of their kind of original music, but I had to put them on the list because I grew up listening to bands like the Beach Boys or like the Beatles and like 50s music, and I love the freaking harmonies and stuff like that. And if you haven't checked them out, you need to see the things that these people can do with their mouths. And that's not a sexual innuendo, because we're serious today. But seriously, they're like this a cappella group with harmonies, beatboxing, right? And like all sorts of stuff. They're just pretty dope. And they have made me cry, I think, multiple times at this point with just like their, I don't know, you can just feel the freaking cover. Even though they are covers, like they make it their own and stuff too, and they're killing it. I'd like to check more of them out too. And I'd also like to see them live, because that's like, I'm still like kind of like, they can't freaking do that live, right? But you guys tell me they can. I'm half kidding. I know they can. But anywho, let's keep it going. I don't even know what number this is at. I'm just going to kind of, I don't know. I didn't want to like think about it too much too. So just like the past couple of days, I just kind of jotted down the ones that were on the top of my mind. And that's also going to have to be, excuse me, Miss Aurora, which is surprising. Again, another artist I never heard of before. She is from Norway. She is like this dope little, I don't know, I always call her like a hippie or something like that, but she just has like the most positive, awesome attitude, and I just think that she is gonna like change the world or something with her music. If you just follow her on the Instagram even, or listen to a couple of her songs, she will just put you in the best mood ever, and make you feel her through the screen and stuff like that. And I don't know, it might be another surprising one to you folks, but I really freaking love Aurora and her music. Like, I feel it every time. Her beautiful voice. Her live performances especially, she like looks you right in the freaking eyeball with her soul, and just is like, oh my god, I freaking love that woman, wherever she's at in the world. She is just like the most beautiful soul, I think, that is alive on the planet Earth. I don't know. Sorry, just saying. So check her out. She's pretty cool. She'll put you in a good mood like any time of day. And of course, I can't make this list without mentioning Mr. Phineas as well. And I know he sort of goes with with Miss Billy. But Mr. Phineas is super cool, and he has been getting me into kind of producing and updating the style of music with this computer music and fancy business too. And he's secretly kind of behind a lot of other artists' songs and stuff too. Maybe you folks know that, maybe you don't. But he writes and produces a lot of other things, not just Billy's music or his own music, but other artists too. And I just think he's freaking killing it. And he's only just beginning his freaking career. Same thing with Billy and some of these other cats. And I just can't wait to see what he's going to do, too. If you haven't heard his music, or like checking out the things that he does, or like behind the scenes, how he's making his beats and stuff, you're sleeping on Mr. Phineas. He's killing it. Just saying it, but that's I guess more of a producer aspect. But his music is also dope too, and he's got a nice little voice too. Don't even pretend like he doesn't. And he often accompanies Billy on these live videos too, which I think they pair nicely together. Anywho, Phineas is killing it, and of course I also can't go through this without mentioning Mr. The Weeknd, which of course his first name is the last name Weekend. Just kidding, Mr. Abel. I forget his last name. Tesfaye. Still don't know how to say it correctly. But I really love The Weeknd's whole style. He's like one of those cats where I feel like I'd like to chill with him or something. I obviously don't know any of these people personally, but he seems like super cool. I love his freaking voice. I always mention how he's got like a Michael Jackson-esque voice. He's like Michael Jackson reincarnated. Like if Michael Jackson was born in this era of like computer music and stuff, I feel like that's kind of what he maybe would be doing or something like that. I don't know. I could be wrong, but anyway, check him out. He's dope with the vocals and just catchy freaking tunes and stuff too. And his whole vibe and aesthetic, especially with that album After Hours, was that what it was called? Whatever it was called. He's got like this whole like serial killer, like 80s horror theme kind of deal. Like I don't know. He's just like, it's not really just like music or an album with him. Almost like how Melanie Martinez is or something. It's almost like a whole vibe or something, but I don't know. I like that cat. His voice is freaking absolutely gorgeous, and yes, I'm saying gorgeous even though he's a dude. I don't care who knows it. But yeah, I guess like a lot of these artists actually have their own vibe and aesthetic, which is kind of why they also stand out to me as well, right? Yeah, actually, yeah, I could probably say that about all of these people that I'm mentioning. Again, which kind of, I think, makes them stand out, right? It's like the great artists from the good ones. And like I said, I really did like a lot of this other stuff, and I plan on opening myself up to some more new stuff soon, too. So, don't take this as like, oh, this is my final answer or something. And another one, which might be surprising to you because I only checked her out a couple times, is Miss Lord. You guys ever hear of her? I think that some of her music has been postponed this year because she lost a dog, which I feel right here because you folks know I'm going to freaking die when Ralph dies. It makes me sad already. Sometimes I literally cry thinking about it already. I don't even know what the freak I'm going to do. Anyway, side note. Miss Lord, I think, is coming out with new music soon. And I just love, I like the vibe of her songs or something like that. I just think she has really like interesting lyrics or something like that. She's kind of like one of those poets as well. I saw a couple of her live videos. She seems to have a cool aesthetic, and I just think that she's pretty young too, and I didn't even realize that. And I think especially if she's coming out with new music soon, I think she's gonna kind of maybe take the world by storm again. I hope. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I don't know. We'll see. But I really like her stuff as well, which is maybe weird to you folks. I'm not sure. Let's see. Some of the shocking ones. How about that? Okay, so that's kind of like my top 10-ish list or something like that. And again, please don't take everything like to heart because literally like just about everything I've checked out, like I didn't find anything that I really hated or I was like, I can't even listen to this. The only thing that comes to mind is who did that verse on that one freaking Lana Del Rey song? Like Playboy Cardi and some other person. It was like just some mumble rap stuff that I just cannot mess with. And I try to be open-minded. I just can't. I don't know. But I don't know. Hopefully you guys aren't too upset with me. Oh, it's cold. Ew. I'm like an old man. I hate when the coffee gets cold. It either needs to be a full-on iced coffee or a hot coffee, if you ask me. Anywho, almost done here. So the most shocking to me, I have a little bit of a list of them. One of the most shocking for me, and you guys are sleeping on, is Mr. Dimash Kudaibergen. I literally have never heard a human being sound like that in my entire life, and it must be because of his opera background and stuff like that. Maybe that's why it's like surprising. But this dude like opens up his voice box, his throat, and his lungs. And he can freaking belt out some stuff like you would never believe. If you haven't checked out Dimash Kudaibergen yet, check him out. That was like really surprising, and I can't wait to check out more from him. And again, being a male too, like I don't know how it's actually physically possible for that dude to sing the way he does. For real, it's like insane. In the membrane even, if you feel me. Another shocking one that I thought was pretty awesome / cool was the song Hypno Dance by Little Big, which is like a Russian rave music or something, which is definitely a genre that I never like am like sitting down and like, ooh, let's look for some Russian rave music, but maybe I've been sleeping on that because I need to check more of them out too. If you haven't checked it out, it's kind of like hilarious. The video's funny. It's just super fun. It'll make you freaking get up and shake it like a white boy and stuff. Just saying. Hypno dance, and they'll give it to you 2 times too, which I couldn't even handle. Check out the reactions, y'all. So that was another one. That was another shocking artist that I'd like to get into more is Bjork. If you haven't checked her out, she seems pretty intense. I really only know like one song from her. Another artist I've heard of her before, but I never checked her out before checking out this channel. Honestly, the music video that I saw, I can't believe she was allowed to like put out back then and stuff like that. It's pretty intense. It's pretty dope. But she is like 100% artist. That was some shocking stuff. If you haven't checked her out, check her out. Another one which is kind of shocking that I really kind of like too, which is some of those BTS dudes like August D. If you haven't seen his song Daeshita, which I believe is like military music kind of for like South Korea. I think that's what Daeshita stands for. I don't know. Sing it loud. I don't know. That video looked like a freaking movie. It looked super epic, and those cats are just like a lot more badass than I ever thought. Like I don't know. I feel like maybe it's the media or maybe me just being a silly American. Sometimes I would look at things like, oh, it's just like a boy band, or like these dudes are sweet or soft or something. But then they're like chopping dudes' heads off in the videos, like literally. No, it's not real, but you know what I mean. They're just like, I don't know, that song got me hype. And it's just, some of this stuff is also shocking that I'm really enjoying it too, because it's like different language and language barriers. Again, becoming more familiar with that stuff is just something that I didn't even cross my mind about, like even, to think about as something that would just kind of start coming naturally. Like Rosalia is another one that I'm shocked. I really like. That's shocking. I really am into this, the Spanish kind of music too. For some reason, I like the percussion and stuff, and that stuff really gets me moving. Something I never really listened to that much before. Not that I tried not to. It's just not something that I come across, I suppose, in my life until now. Thanks to you folks. So Rosalia is pretty dope. Just saying. And that was shocking too. Ooh, another one. A little bit shocking, but I've grown to like. At first I was kind of like, I don't know about you, is Ash Nico, and she just put out another freaking video the other day. She's this girl, she's like a rapper. She's got a good voice too, which surprises me. But some of the stuff she says on her Instagram or like in her songs, I've never heard like an artist say, and especially like a female artist say before, and that's kind of crazy too. But again, there are a lot more artists too. That I really like too. I can't really think of any that I hated, so don't take this like I'm like picking favorites or something. I mean, I guess I kind of am, a little bit, but also I really loved a lot of the other stuff too, and I will continue to listen. And that's what I'm going to do too. This year I'm going to, I still kind of found myself going back to just like listening to some more like Eminem, Mr. Marshall Mathers, or like some old stuff that I've listened to in the past. I don't know, not as often, but more often than I'd like. And this year, I'd kind of like to get more into, especially as I get through more of these albums, I want to listen to the newer stuff and kind of get in the same headspace where everybody else is at, instead of listening to some music that came out like years and years ago that literally only a handful of people even know anyway, kind of deal. I don't know. I was trying to connect a little more with the world, I suppose. And last but not least, I figured I'd mention kind of some runners-up that I think folks are sleeping on for real, if you ask me, and it might be kind of shocking to you. But Miss Queen Irby, I think you folks should absolutely check her out, especially for if you're into the rapping and stuff. Also, she's got a freaking gorgeous voice as well, which I think folks are sleeping on, and maybe she doesn't get enough credit for because she's also really sick with the bars. And I also just appreciate her and her husband and the people who she surrounds herself with. I appreciate their hustle because they're kind of still doing the independent thing. She's got her makeup line and stuff like that. And I just appreciate like I said, the hustle with that person. Putting out her own stuff, and it's freaking of quality. And I think she's dope, and you guys are sleeping on her. Another one, surprisingly, another rapper, kind of, which is weird. And I was actually hesitant to check out myself. Last but not least, but seriously, you guys need to check him out, is Mr. Hobo Johnson. I do believe you folks are sleeping on Mr. Hobo Johnson. I have one reaction I think I did to him, and then I actually went and checked him out myself because nobody seemed to be too interested. There wasn't even many views on that video, but I don't know. He comes off like, even the name Hobo Johnson sounds like it's like a joke, or like, I don't know, or like, what the heck is this crap kind of deal or something. But and he actually does, like, he raps in like such a, like, a lazy way, but it's actually, to me, it's like super unique and super thoughtful. Every word that he says and the way that he goes about doing it is like so sick. And I've seen, like, at this point, I've seen like a bunch of his live performances, like in some backyard or something somewhere, and I can't believe that that dude is not more huge. Like I said, he's really unique with the way that he flows and how he kind of lazily raps. Lazily, is that a word? Probably. Raps about things. But the stuff that he says, like, it'll make you freaking cry. I'm telling you, you will feel something right here. Check out Hobo Johnson. You cats are sleeping on him. And again, I'm loving other things like freaking, here, I'll scroll through some videos too. Like, I'm loving Hamilton. You'll see, I finished that up actually already, so hopefully some things are coming soon your way. Freaking cried at the end of that. Love all that stuff. Learning a lot, like I said, a lot of different things about different artists that I never even heard of. And like I said, we're going to keep it going with a different variety of things this year. So I think that's about all I had to say. Unless I'm forgetting things, I definitely have, and I'm going to be upset. But whatever. Honestly, it's probably too long at this point. I'm probably not going to sit back and like rewatch the whole thing and just call it. Say it is what it is. But I do appreciate you folks. I never would have thought that this was going to be the thing that sticks, or that this is what I was going to be doing this year or something. But I love it. Let me know. Oh yeah, I wanted to open up. I'm going to open up some questions and comments and things now too. Oh, nice. I just saw this now. Eilish Like an Eyelash. Who are some of your favorite new artists and stuff? Nice. So I think I kind of just went over that a little bit. So boom, that's exciting. And I was going to open it up to some commenting and stuff. If you guys wanted to say anything right now, but I just really wanted to thank you folks. You guys are the best. You guys are changing my life. I freaking love you. I need to get a hotter coffee because, yeah, I need some coffee now. And I probably need to eat lunch since I skipped it. But yeah, Monday, got new reactions coming out. Switching up the variety. I don't know. I'm trying to think if I forgot anything that I wanted to say. I think that was about it, you little rascals. I hope you guys are having a good day. You had good holidays and a good new year and such. And I'm going to attach the new hoodie that I got to my head and kind of get started filming these suckers again and see if we can get to 10,000 and maybe even 100,000 subscribers. And then, Pinky, we're going to take over the world. Well, I'm just kidding. But anyway, for real, I love you guys. Keep it real. Unless you guys wanted to like comment or ask me or say anything, I'm gonna go now because I don't have anything else to say. But that was me getting serious, and I'm never taking the hoodie off ever again. So don't get used to it. Peace. Let me know about all the questions I asked and stuff like that. That was West Side, by the way. I don't know why. I don't live on the West Side, but I don't know. West Side's cool. Yeah, keep it real. See ya. Thanks.